Located on plateau, surrounded by 7 peaks of the banks of the Tagus River. The city of Santarém is the capital of district, capital of Ribatejo and considered for its exterior and glorious past, the capital of Portuguese Gothic.
Legend has it that the foundation of the city can be traced back to Greco-Roman mythology, with the episode of Prince Abadish, whose grandfather threw him into the waters of the Tagus River in the basket by.
Santarém has given the name Esca Abadish, Feast of Abadish, and from there it ended up being called Scalabish later.
It is one of the ex-libris of Santarém. It is located on one of its hills and has a bird-eye view of the Tagus River and of the plains of Ribatejo. It is a unique place of leisure, great of strolling around, a prominent place because of its privileged position. It was an important hub of commerce, administrative and work purpose, being conquered and reconquered several times, going through several names. 2 years after the foundation of Portugal in 1143, the first king, Dom Afonso Henriques, conquered the castle of Santarém. Before he advanced towards the south, Doors of the Sun, once a castle on top the hill, whose charm with its Romanesque and Gothic style being made up of the enclosure of the Alcazaba and the wall of the village. The border of the village had 7 gates. Nowadays there are only traces of the first 2 doors.
The current clock tower dates back to the reign of Dom Manuel I. On the 15th century, it was erected from a defensive structure surrounding the door of Alpurão, which was turned in the walls of the castle of Santarém. The name Cabaças is popularly established from the late 8th century, due to the placement of 8 clay grounds on the iron structure that supports a large bronze bell, fused in 1604.
Dates from the 14th century, and its construction was ordered by Dom Afonso de Menezes, who decided to found in the village a convent following the rule of Saint Augustine. This church in Santarém exhibits the splendor of the Gothic flaming style following the architectural and decorative innovations in the monastery of Batalha. In front of the altar, on the right side, we find the grave of the famous Portuguese navigator and explorer Pedro Alves Cabral, with a simple Gothic inscription.
This temple, founded in the 13th century, acquired its most Renaissance style in the 16th century because of the destructions caused by an earthquake. The name of the church was dated back to 1266, when the Most Holy Miracle occurred. Legend has it that a woman stole a holy wafer during communion, intending to use it in practices of witchcraft. However, the wafer bled all the way through and, once hidden, flooded the whole room with light, revealing his presence and leading the sinner to repentance. The miraculous wafer was set in a silver custody and kept in the church ever since. This relic of the miracle is the object of great popular veneration. The Church of the Most Holy Miracle has been a national monument ever since 1917. The Cathedral of Santarém, also called the Seminar, is one of the points of reference of the city of Santarém and is located in the center. It is an old Jesuit temple dating back to the 17th century. With the expulsion of the Jesuits from Portugal by order of the Marquis of Pombal, the building began to host the Patriarchal Seminary after a donation of Dona Maria I, having thus remained until the 20th century. In 1975, she was raised from the Diocese of Santarém and the church was elevated to cathedral. The church is integrated by its lines in the set of Mannerist buildings called Stilchão, namely the sober facade which simulates a monumental altarpiece.
Built in 1930 by Casiano Branco, it is an example of the technology of iron architecture. The city market has a set of 55 panels of figurative and 8 decorative tiles from the Sacavém factory, which line the exterior walls.